elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. When you elevate, you're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Mindset Cafe podcast. It's your boy Devan, bringing you another episode of that Thursday brew I know you all love. Make sure you guys share this episode with a friend. That's the only way that, the episodes and the podcast will be able to grow, as well as make sure you do leave a comment and a review. I do appreciate you, and I appreciate the love you guys show. Today's episode, I want to go into something that I heard from Justin Prince. Actually, he'll be on our next week's episode for our interview, but I wanted to touch on something that's in his book, Be The One. He has something that his formula is called basically E+R = O. And this formula and this equation is actually really a mindset tool. And once you realize it, it will open up how you react to things. So E are the events that happen in your life, right? Plus R, which is going to be your responses to those events. And then it equals O, which is going to be the outcomes, right? So the thing is to own and take charge of the R, the response. And what I mean by that is things will happen to you and things will come to you, whether it's a problem, an issue, an interaction, and your response to that dictates the outcome. It dictates how you feel, it dictates how they feel, it dictates whether it's going to be a positive outcome, a negative outcome, and so forth, right? And you're the only one that can really affect the R in the equation, right? The event is the event. You get a flat tire, you get a flat tire. You can't, it is what it is. Your response to that flat tire, or let's say, you have an angry customer. Your response to that angry customer dictates how they respond to you. It dictates the outcome if they spread, a bad review or a good review. Let's say going back to that flat tire, all of a sudden your response to it is, why me? Everything is happening negative to me. Now you're putting yourself in a negative mindset and a negative emotional state. So the outcome is you're in a negative mindset, you're in a negative emotional state, and anything else that happens to you in the next couple of hours or even the rest of the day sometimes is going to seem that it's coming from a negative place. So make sure you own your R, your response. Bruce Lee once said, be like water, right? If you think of water, think of like a lake, right? There's no waves, there's no anything. It's just still, right? And I'm not telling you to be still and be, flat. I'm basically saying that what happens when wind starts to come? Then all of a sudden there's a ripple in the lake. Let's say you take a rock and you throw that rock into the lake. Now what happens? That's basically your event, right? So if I throw that rock into that lake, the event is the rock hitting the water. The response is those ripples. It's the splash and then the ripples, right? The outcome are the ripples. The ripples can either be positive or negative. Now, what I want you to take into consideration is that your response not only dictates your outcome, but also has a ripple effect on others' days, on others' lives, right? So you being in charge of your response is also going to have an effect on someone else's events. So if you have a negative response, negative outcome, that outcome can lead to a negative event in someone else's life, whether it's a customer, whether it's your wife, your husband, your kids, your friends, your business partner. Now you just created a negative event in their life, and now they need to respond in their own manner, right? So do you want to have negative ripples or positive ripples in others' lives. So your emotional intelligence and being able to respond to negative events that happen to you and overcome them with a positive perspective will also allow you to have a positive ripple into the loved ones of your life or the interactions that you have in your daily interactions with others. So you're not only having an effect on your life, your responses, your outcomes, but also the ripples and the events in others. So make sure you guys are taking things and looking at it through that perspective and that light of the way I respond to things doesn't only affect me, but it affects others. It affects my spouse, it affects my boyfriend or girlfriend, it affects my kids, my business partner, my clients, my customers, whatever the case may be. But realize that with your maturing of your emotional intelligence and your emotional responses will allow you to grow and have a greater positive impact on other people's lives. So I hope that gave you guys a little bit different perspective on overcoming negative events on your daily lives. I look forward to you guys listening into the knowledge-filled episode with Justin on Monday coming up. Until next time, guys, I love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys share the show. Till next time.